Yeah, so people treat their husband as an old school man or a grandpa, while you're supposed to treat him like the best man in the whole world. Have you been doing that to your husband? Or it's just been neglecting his needs and you feel, well, it's just a provider, it should be where God think it should be. Remember, the word of God says, they that do know their God, they shall be strong and they shall do exploits, right? So it says that is in Daniel chapter 11, verse 28. So how much do you know your man? Follow this video to the end so that we can both try and get to understand them and try and relate, so that we can correct the missing things that are already fluctuating or spreading all around your home. So it is time for us to do the research. Join me as we finish this, because I'll be breaking it down. So if you are still with me, kindly subscribe to this channel so that we can enjoy it to the end, and believe me, you are going to love it. Remember, the word of God says, they that do know their God, they shall be strong and they shall do exploits. So please join. Hello, hi, welcome everybody, welcome again to this channel. This is the Bimma's channel. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Today I'll be talking about how to win a man. A lot of people have been asking me, some of them are like, how do I know if this man is going to marry me, or like this, like that. But today I'll just be focusing on the married people. So how to win your man over. So a lot of people don't really understand why their husband is about fooling around. Sometimes doesn't talk, sometimes he prefers being with his friends, sometimes he just want to hang out and be alone. So today I'll just be saying one or two things so that we can both understand them and try and improve on ourselves. You have to ask your husband, you have to get to a stage whereby you can be able to ask him what are his fears, what are the things that he loves, what are the things that he doesn't, that as we are growing up and we are growing old, things change. Like, I used to love sugar before, now I have to reduce sugar. I used to love this before, I have to reduce this. Or I don't do this before, now I do them. Do you understand? So people tend to change. So today I'll just be going through the things you can also ask your husband. Number one is, what is his greatest fear? What do you think he's always scared about? Like, some men are like, I'm scared about the future, while the wife is actually more comfortable about the future. Some are just anxious for nothing. It just comes like, what am I going to do to this family? How, that they are just all over the place. So you should be able to ask him these questions. Then you should be able to ask him, what do you think you can do to help out? So don't just sit there and just be like, it's just spending on me. No. Yes, but you just have to come in and ask him, how can I come in? If there's something you can do, or you guys can just brainstorm together and find solution to things. Remember, 2 heads is better than 1. He said 1 shall chase 1,000, but 2 shall chase 10,000. So number 2, don't fight about it. Don't fight about anything he tells you, even no matter how it might sound silly to you. But trust me, it does not sound silly to him. You have to come to that place to understand who he is. I mean, your husband. You have to come to the place as in what he values. Women, we tend to be like, we are smarter than him, I know better, he should have done it this way, I think this is how it should have been done, like that. No, don't fight about it. Let him take the lead. That is why God placed him to be your head. If it wasn't so, God wouldn't have written it in the Bible like, your husband is your head. Do you understand my point? So don't fight about things. If he's telling you things, because if you fight about it, he will withdraw from you. He will not tell you another one. He will just go and go back into his own shell, and you will like, let me just figure it out myself. Do you understand my point? So you should not fight about it. Once it comes, try and understand with him. Just put yourself in that shoes, like, this is how my husband is thinking about it. Well, you have to be your husband's cheerleader. You must know that. Number 3, whenever he's under pressure, this is not the time for you to be forcing things out from him. Just maybe you just came back from work and you can see that he's under pressure. Just leave him. Just let him go in, relax, shower if possible, come out, make the food ready, just set the things down, let him calm down. When you know that he's all calm, that is when you can just rub him and just try and ask him, this man, just you can bring something funny to the table, like just a kind gesture just to him. Do you understand? So it's not like he's coming with pressure, maybe from work, from people, and you're just there. Won't you give me money for this? Am I not supposed to? Fight will break out, and you now start complaining. "Ah, my husband does not know what to do. He's always shouting at me." Nobody wants to be a madman. You should know that. You too, you don't want. Sometimes you just want to be calm. Nobody needs a madman. Do you understand? So you just have to figure that out and understand him. You just have to place him. If you don't find a place for your husband, like a particular place, even if it's possible, imagine him sitting on a throne, like your husband sitting on a throne. You'll be able to understand him more, because imagine you being a queen to a king, right? And the king is under pressure. Would you actually go and meet the king and just be flaring around? No, you have to give him his space and let him calm down. So number 4, he does not want to deal with you when he comes back home. Maybe he went out and he's just coming back and they are just all over the place. He does not want to deal with you. Number 1, you have to see him as your husband, not see him as Mrs. Mom, because if he needed a mom, he would have stayed in his father and his mother's house. So he just needs a wife, a beautiful one at that, cook, mother to his children, and not just dragging him about. Sometimes he might just forget to leave his shirt on the chair, and you feel like, why is he just making the whole house to be a mess? No, don't speak to him that way. Whatever it is, do your own duty and let him go and rest him. And sometimes you just want to have a nothing box. Sometimes you might just see him sitting in the parlor, in the sitting room, and not saying anything. They just want. It might be like he's not thinking about anything. He just want to be on his own, and they call it a nothing box. Like, men just don't. I just don't feel like talking. I'm not angry at you. There is nothing wrong, but I just want to be on my own. Just give him that space. I don't know. Maybe it's masculine, but they call it nothing box. So you should be able to understand his nothing box moments and not disturb him during that time. So when he calms down, that is when your communication can continue. But number 1, before that can happen, make sure that he can open up to you. Yes, that is by trying to understand him and being gentle with him. You have to be compassionate with him and be kind to him. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32. Yes, you have to be kind to him. Yes, you have to be kind and compassionate at all times. Then number 5, I said you should honor and respect him. Men, as in, if you can take everything from a man, please. You can even take sex, you can take food from him, but that is ego. I think just leave it for him. Don't touch it. God created it for them, and they can fight anybody that tries to step on that ego. No matter the love, you just like space of 1 minute is off. And some women, they tend to just continue disrespecting their husband or their man, and they will start complaining. This man does not talk to me any longer. He does not eat my food. He just sees me. He won't. The moment you start disrespecting him, he forgets about your beauty. No matter how beautiful, even if you like, put Mary 10, Mary 100, put the best hair on, as in the whole planet. That is ego. Don't touch it. Just leave it for them. Do you understand? So make sure he feels honored. Make sure he feels respected. I said earlier, create a space for him. Make him a king in your own heart. Yes, in your heart. Then once you make him a king in your heart, then you can make him a king in your home. It will be more realistic to you. I know God is the head, just like God said in his word. He said he has pleased them to be our head. Do you understand? So you are the wife, and you should play the role of the wife. And I said earlier, he does not need a mother, he needs a wife. That was why he said he was leaving his father and his mother and helpmates. So he needs a wife for you to be a wife in that home. So everything he needs, you should be able to provide in terms of the helpmate and the office that you are occupying as the wife of the home. So make sure you do that to him and always appreciate him. Some will say, see him as the president of America once he comes into the home. See him as the most important man to you in the whole world. Once you start engaging that every day, daily, all through your life, and you see your home will be sweet. You enjoy yourself, give him his time, just follow through. The Lord bless you. And also, I think this another one I'll be stating is, if possible, create a day maybe within a week if it's possible for you, or maybe twice in a month or once in a month. That I'm talking about number 6 now. So once in a month, raise a time, a specific time, a day for just you and your husband, your man. Yes, keep the kids aside, let them stay at home. Oh, my baby is still young. If you have somebody that's maybe a mother or grandma or something, you can just keep them with them, or a friend that you trust. You know, these days, whatever it is we're having now, but I know God will surely protect ease. So just make sure that you have a day, just you and Tunde, you and Richard, you know, just go out. You know, you can just make maybe a pampering day for him. Just get him, can do massage, pedicure, manicure, create a safe afternoon. Just, dress the way you don't used to dress to him before. Like, just make him feel like, oh, it's today our honeymoon again. Just make him remember. Just a twitch in your home. Do you understand? A positive one. Just to have a place like rekindling the love in his heart. Although the love is there, as long as you continue praying and and you are doing your own tasks as well, your own responsibilities, you are fulfilling yours. But at that, just to spice things up, I will encourage that you set a day aside for him. You can say Tunde's day, Richard's day, once he comes back from work, do the unusual to him, things that you don't normally do and you feel you used to do while you guys were cutting, or while you guys just go mad.